We are at war.
The kingdom unfolds as a tense and gripping narrative that explores the collision between cultures, the urgency of justice and the human cost of violence in a world shaped by political and ideological. From the very beginning, the film establishes a tone of unease and immediacy, presenting and that disrupts normalcy and sends shockwaves far beyond its of origin. The atmosphere is charged with tension, where every moment feels unpredictable and the stakes are immediately clear. The story begins with a sudden act that exposes the fragility of security and the far-reaching impact of targeted violence. This moment is not only intense but also symbolic, representing the larger conflicts that define the world in which the narrative takes place. The aftermath of this sets the story in motion, creating a sense of urgency that drives the characters forward. It introduces a world where answers are difficult to find and where every step toward the truth is met with resistance. At the center of the narrative is a group of individuals brought together by a shared mission, each carrying their own motivations and perspectives. These characters are shaped by their roles but also by their personal experiences, which influence how they approach the challenges ahead. Their dynamic is built on a mix of professionalism and emotion, reflecting the complexity of working under pressure in unfamiliar and often hostile environments. As the story progresses, the narrative shifts into an investigative mode, where the pursuit of answers becomes the primary focus. The characters must navigate a landscape filled with uncertainty, where information is limited and trust is not easily given. This phase of the story emphasizes the importance of observation, analysis, and patience, showing that uncovering the truth requires more than just determination. It requires an understanding of context, culture, and the subtle details that can reveal hidden connections. The setting plays a crucial role in shaping the narrative, with its distinct environment adding both beauty and tension to the story. The contrast between modern infrastructure and traditional elements creates a layered backdrop that reflects the complexity of the situation. This environment is not just a location but a character in its own right, influencing how events unfold and how the characters interact with one another. One of the most compelling aspects of the narrative is its exploration of cultural differences and the challenges of bridging them. The characters must navigate not only physical obstacles but also differences in perspective and approach. This creates moments of misunderstanding as well as opportunities for connection, highlighting the importance of communication and mutual respect. These interactions add depth to the story, showing that cooperation is both difficult and essential. As tension builds, the narrative begins to shift from investigation to confrontation, with the characters moving closer to the source of the conflict. This transition is marked by an increase in urgency as time becomes a critical factor and the risks continue to grow. The story maintains a careful balance between action and strategy, ensuring that each development feels purposeful and grounded. The theme of justice emerges as a central element, driving the actions of the characters and shaping their decisions. However, the narrative does not present justice as a simple or straightforward concept. Instead, it explores its complexities, showing how different individuals and groups interpret it in different ways. This nuanced approach adds depth to the story, encouraging the audience to consider multiple perspectives. The relationships between the characters continue to evolve as they face new challenges, revealing both strengths and vulnerabilities. Trust becomes a key, influencing how they work together and how they respond to setbacks. The development of these relationships adds an emotional layer to the narrative, making the stakes feel more personal and immediate. The pacing of the story is deliberate, allowing tension to build gradually while maintaining a sense of forward momentum. Moments of quiet reflection are interspersed with sequences of heightened activity, creating a rhythm that keeps the audience engaged. This balance ensures that the narrative remains dynamic without losing its focus on character and theme. Visually, the film creates a strong sense of place, using detailed imagery to immerse the audience in its world. The use of light and shadow enhances the mood, reflecting the dual nature of the story as both a search for truth and a confrontation with danger. The attention to detail in the environments contributes to the overall realism, Making the events feel immediate and authentic. Sound design plays an important role in shaping the atmosphere. With a combination of ambient sounds and sharp audio cues that reflect the changing tone of the narrative, the use of silence in key moments adds to the tension, creating a sense of anticipation that keeps the audience on edge. This layered auditory experience complements the visuals, enhancing the overall impact. As the narrative moves toward its climax, the various threads begin to converge, bringing together the themes of justice, cooperation, and resilience. The characters are faced with decisions that will determine the outcome of their mission, requiring them to rely on everything they have learned. The tension reaches its peak as the consequences of their actions become clear. Creating a powerful and engaging conclusion, the resolution of the story reflects the complexity of the journey, offering an outcome that acknowledges both success and loss. It does not present a simple resolution, but instead emphasizes the ongoing nature of the, suggesting that the events depicted are part of a larger and continuing narrative. This approach adds depth to the story, reinforcing its themes and leaving a lasting impression. In the aftermath, the narrative shifts toward reflection, considering the impact of the events on the characters and their understanding of the world. The experiences they have gone through shape their perspectives, influencing how they view their roles and responsibilities. This reflective tone provides a sense of closure while also highlighting the broader implications of the story. At its core, the narrative is about the pursuit of truth and the challenges of achieving it in a complex and often divided world. It explores how individuals respond to uncertainty and danger, highlighting the importance of courage, adaptability, and collaboration. The story combines elements of action and thoughtfulness, creating an experience that is both engaging and meaningful. The characters remain central to this exploration, their journeys reflecting the broader themes of the narrative. Their struggles, choices, and growth provide a human perspective on the larger events, ensuring that the story remains grounded even as it deals with significant issues. This focus on character adds emotional weight, making the narrative resonate on a deeper level. The film ultimately stands as a compelling and thought-provoking exploration of conflict and cooperation, capturing the intensity of a situation where every decision carries weight. Through its combination of atmosphere, character development, and thematic depth, it creates a story that is both immersive and impactful, leaving the audience with a sense of reflection and understanding that extends beyond its immediate.